Hey, hello everybody. How's my YouTube family? Um, Today my video is going to go in a different direction. I'm actually going to talk about my experience in the U.S. Army and my journey to Vietnam. As the title implies, I put something to the effect that I didn't volunteer for Vietnam. My friends volunteered me, and I'll explain why as I go along. Please like and subscribe on the channel, brand new. Be greatly appreciated. But before I go further, I would like to, if you have a chance, to check out two videos that I put out. It has to do where I said that Puerto Ricans earned their citizenship through the shedding of their blood. I know it's a controversial video, but check it out, and I'll explain in that video why I said that. Also, there's a video that went viral on me. I didn't even expect it to go viral. Where I talked about the No Kings Parade. Remember the No Kings Parade that Donald Trump did for the celebration of the Army's 250th birthday? That went viral, and I got a lot of comments, and it surprised me. Anyway, as I move further along, I've always wanted to join the military. I mean, a lot of people in my family been in the military. My brother was in the Navy. I had cousins in Vietnam, in the Air Force. I had also a Marine that went to Vietnam, but he didn't die there, but he died of Agent Orange later on. I had another cousin who was with the first Cav, and he was killed there. So, I had a lot of people in the military who were patriotic, and they joined. So, I was no different. So when my family moved to Puerto Rico, I convinced my dad that I wanted to go to Antio's Military Academy. Now, which is a junior ROTC program, and I loved it because it was all military uniforms, in-rank inspections, room inspections, military science classes, and it was great. I mean, and once I graduated from NTU's Military Academy, I was if I joined the service, I'll be a private E2. I already had one stripe that would have earned. So I joined the Army. I was seen a recruiter. His name was, I still remember his name. His name is Sergeant Lopez. Very beautiful guy, very nice guy. And I basically told him that I want to work. So I want to go infantry, airborne, ranger, the whole work, special forces. And he looked at me like I'm crazy. But anyway, he did the paperwork, and he invited me to his house because his house was close to my father's house. So I guess he felt like he wanted to mentor me. He had a daughter, which all of a sudden I got a crush on. And I remember she gave me this big crucifix. He was huge. I wore it in my chest in Vietnam. And I mean, I used to joke that it was big enough for me to be crucified on. So, make a long story short, I go ahead and report to there's a little small army base in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico called Fort Brooke. Is where they process people. As soon as I got there and we did all the paperwork, they told me, okay, you're leaving this afternoon and you're in charge of these 12 other guys, these other 12 Puerto Ricans. Now, none of them could speak any English. So I had to translate to them what was going on. I was responsible to ensure that they got on a flight with me and also report to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So it so happened when we got there, they assigned all of us together to the same company, the same training company. So the first day of basic training, typical yelling and screaming from the first sergeant, waking up at 5 in the morning, and running towards formation and we all lined up. The drill sergeant's lining us up, and the first sergeant of the company, he gets on the front, and he stands on a podium, and the first words out of his mouth was, "I want to know who are all the no comprendos." And no comprendos translate to, "I don't understand." And a lot of us started laughing, and the reason he said that is that Puerto Ricans are sent to Fort Jackson, and a lot of them cannot speak English. So he wanted his drill sergeants to recognize in their specific in this platoon who were the Puerto Ricans that couldn't speak English, so they could acknowledge that and know who they are. So I finished my basic training. We all went our own different ways. I went straight to infantry training, and they sent me to Fort Polk, Louisiana. And there was this place in Fort Polk, Louisiana called Tigerland. Now, Tigerland, mind you, is geared towards infantry training, Vietnam style. So all the training was geared to learning ambush techniques, how to conduct an ambush, how to spot booby traps, how to place mines, anything that has to do with fighting in the jungle. That was the training we received. So I found that interesting. I didn't intend to go to Vietnam, but you never knew, right? So I was sent after that to Fort Benning, Georgia, a 3-week course, and the black hats at jump school, to my opinion, were worse than the drill sergeants in basic training and infantry training. So the day prior to graduation, it's the 3rd week, we all looking at the bulletin board because the bulletin board has a list of all the names and what is the next duty assignment. And then I look at my name and it says Pathfinder School. And I said, what the hell is a Pathfinder School? Why am I going there? What is it? And it so happened, which I didn't know, the first week of jump school, they put out a list. It was called like a wish list. And you put your name and where you would like to do. Like if you want to go to an airborne unit, if you want to go to Ranger School, Special Forces, or something else. Somebody put my name on there. My so-called friends that I used to hang out with in Fort Benning in jump school. So here I am. I'm assigned to Pathfinder School. The very next day, they line us all up, all 13 of us that were assigned to Pathfinder School, and the NCOIC said, okay, you guys have already signed out of jump school. What we need for you to do, and he pointed to a building that was across the street. He said, that's Pathfinder School. I said, you need to go there now and report. So we all picked up our duffel bags, and we all walked across the street. And as soon as we got there, the first sergeant from Pathfinder School was waiting for us. The first thing he said, I need for all you guys to sign in. Okay? And once you sign in, I'm going to give you another paper you're going to sign out. So he said, the reason for this is a week before Christmas. We're going to give you a 2-week leave. The reason for the sign-in is that now you are reported to Pathfinder School, and now you're signing out on leave. You're going to report back in 2 weeks, January 2nd, to start a 5-week Pathfinder course. So we're all listening to this orientation, and then he says, once you complete your 5 weeks, again, you're going to go home on a 30-day leave. And we looked at each other and says, my God, man, this Army's great. They just gave us a 2-week leave for the holidays, and then we come back and finish the course, and we're going to go on leave for 30 more days. And he waited for all this stuff to sink in, right? And then he said, the reason that you got a 30-day leave, 85% of Pathfinders are stationed in Vietnam. You will be shipped to Vietnam as soon as you finish the course and you fulfill your 30-day leave. So I guess we weren't happy no more. So the day came when I reported to Fort Lewis, and they gave us our new jungle fatigues and our new jungle boots, and I think we were there a week. And we reported to the flight line, and I think it was close to midnight. And we got on this aircraft called, if I remember correctly, Tiger Airlines, and the aircraft was painted pure black. And I never been on an airlines that was painted pure black. Anyway, so we're on our way to Vietnam, and the pilot, he gets on the intercom, and he says, "We're making our final approach to Vietnam, and put on your seatbelts, blah 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 blah." At that time, there was two guys in the back. They start playing this song on a cassette, and they put it pretty loud so a lot of people could hear. And people were like freaking out, like, "Why are you putting this song?" And I'm saying the same thing. And you're gonna understand why once I mention what song it is. Now the song, I wrote it down here because I don't know the exact words. It says it is by Country Joe. You could look it up on YouTube if you want. And the title is "What Are We Fighting For?" Now, bear in mind, I'm not a good singer, okay? So, I'm just going to go through the lyrics and tell you why we were freaking out. And the lyrics go like this. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam. And 4, 5, 6, open up the pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time to wonder why. Whoopee, we're all gonna die. So that's why we're freaking out. I said, well, come on, man. Why are you putting that song? Why are you trying to scare us? I was saying to myself, I had no intention of dying here. So we landed. All of a sudden, the doors open on the aircraft after a while, and this sergeant comes in, and he starts giving a briefing. Even with the door open in the front, we could feel the heat, And I noticed, I looked out the window, and I seen an army bus, green, with wire mesh on the windows. And I learned later it was to prevent people from throwing rocks through the window, or maybe even a grenade. And in front of the bus was an army jeep, military police, with a mounted M60 machine gun. And on the back was another Jeep, military police, with an M60 machine gun. So we exited the aircraft, and the first thing that hit me, besides the heat, was the smell. And you could talk to any Vietnam vet, they'll probably tell you the same thing. The first thing that hit you was the smell. And it's not like it's a very bad smell, but it's distinct and strong, and people have different descriptions of that smell. But between the heat and the humidity and the smell, hey, I felt just like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. We're not in Kansas anymore, and that was a reality check for us. So anyway, we got on the buses and we're headed towards the reception place, to go processing. And once I got there, I found out that I was going to be assigned to the 196 Light Infantry Brigade. I guess the Army likes to play practical jokes. It wasn't even a Pathfinder unit I was going to be assigned to. No, they changed that. And they said, no, you're going to be a lay. You're going to put you straight infantry. And you're going out to the jungle. So I guess the laugh is on me. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. And I like my videos short. I don't like them long. So please like and subscribe. And I continue my adventure, my journey in Vietnam. Take care, folks.